Hello, and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and we'll continue our adventures through the Everholt. So now that we are here, we can also resume the epic. We need to find another waggon of craftsmen around the Everholt, which is really close to where we're going, kinda. So yeah, we have plenty of things to do today. Let us go first. And we need to collect some stones from the stream. Collapse some cave entrances, that would be great. Oh, there are horns in this forest. And in here, I believe, we have an Easter egg. Is it? No. No, this is not it. This is not an Easter egg. Well, at least not the Easter egg I was thinking about. Just the family living their lives outside of Beacon Watch. Not the one I was thinking about, but hopefully we'll get to check that in just a moment. Season of the Great War. This is a raid warband. So maybe we can check that one, but I don't think we are strong enough to fight it. At least not yet. Even if we are, it would take a long time just fighting this guy. So just wanna show this to you so that you can see it for yourself. It's also another huge boar. How many thousand morale? Yeah, that's a lot for us. So yeah, there you have it. Raid warband. But no, not gonna do that yet. But we are really close to the merchants. Ah, and I think I also remember this quest line. It's kind of fresh in my mind. This wagon is abandoned and there are signs of struggle. Tracks lead south. To this cave.
We have tracked the Orcs to the cave of Burg-shapol, but will we find the captive craftsmen in time?
This way, Beriathan, and hurry. The captured craftsmen may not have much time. Look! Dead orcs! I cannot tell if these orcs were slain by their own kind or by some unknown friend. Can you hear that? I hear orcs approaching, Beriathan. Not from ahead of us, but from behind. I will stay here to delay their approach, but you should press on into the cave to see what has become of the missing craftsmen. Perhaps one of them has escaped and we have him to thank for the dead. For the dead orcs we have seen already, but even so they are all likely still in danger. Go, and quickly. Press on, Beriathan. I will delay in a pursuit. This chamber contains more dead orcs, but no sign of the missing craftsmen. You hear raised voices from further ahead, but cannot make out any of the words. You have found a chamber of cages and some old friends. Beriathan, are you looking for these folk? It seems Corudan and I have freed them first. Well, I'm glad to find you again. Didn't expect to see you here. That's for sure, but it's a nice meeting nonetheless. So, what you been up to, guys? I will tell you the story of how Corudan and I came to be here, Beriathan, but not just now. Let the tale wait until we are in the sunlight again. We have slain many orcs to free these people, but the woods crawl with more of their kind, and we should not tarry here. Is Horn here with you? It is good to see you again, Beriathan. We thought to find you in Edoras, but on the way we found an overturned wagon and sign of a struggle, and thought to look for these folk. I am glad we did, for today we have saved some lives. These orcs were ferocious. It is fortunate that most of the creatures were away when Nona and I entered the cave. All of you stay behind us. Someone approaches, or so many. Nona! Horn, look out! More of them? Let them come. Good to be fighting among friends. Well, with your friends, not against them. You know what I mean. I hope. At last, I believe that was the end of them. This was a pleasant surprise, Beriathan. Now let us return to town and see what tale Nona and Corudan have to share. Don't take me to Aldburg, please. Oh, for God's sake! No! No! Ah, jeez. I do want to know what happened to you guys, but I was in the middle of something else.
It is good to see you again.
We would have rescued those people without incident, Beriathan, but I am glad you appeared when you did in any event. Nona and I crossed the Endwash at the narrow side of the guarded crossing. I thought it the wisest course and did not want to put Humboldt in an unfortunate position regarding his orders. Nona would have put him in an unfortunate position as well, under the ground. I thought it might be best to avoid the Endway altogether. That is what brought us to the Everholt, where I heard the orc attack in the woods. We followed them into that cave, and that is where you entered the tale. It is good to see you again. The same, Corudan, and you also answered my question, kinda. Because the Narrows, so here to the Snowborn, it seems, and the Everholt, yeah, makes sense. So what do you have to say, Nona?
It is good to see you again. It was a happy meeting.
It is good to see you again, Beriathan. I can think of no better way to meet up with friends than to see them again in the thick of battle. It was a happy meeting. Corudan and I made a journey to Forlo with my recovered friends from Wildermore. Some families in Forlo have opened their doors to them until my friends can find places on their own. We then rode to the river, and it was here that pride gave way to good sense. Rather than upset the guard at the crossing, Corudan suggested that we find another place to cross the river. It was not difficult. We planned to travel to the King's Seat, there to seek you and Horn, but before we left the forest we heard the cries of orcs and diverted our course to follow them. You know the rest.
Tell Arso what we have accomplished. Then we should return to Edoras.
We're all back together again, and let the foes of Rohan beware. After we report to Arcel, we should return to Edoras. We have done as we promised for both Éowyn and Éomer, but there is sure to be more we can do for the people of the Mark. But first, let us tell Arcel what happened to the workers that went missing in the Everholt. Yeah, but once again, I was in the middle of something, guys. I hope you don't mind, but I'm going back to where I was.
I do not know if we will survive this onslaught.
So you will have to wait in here just a little bit longer. Not gonna be that much longer, I would assume. Just need to finish with these orcs. A minor setback, but I would have much rather have taken that fort to Aldburg after doing all of this. Now we gotta retrace our steps a little bit through the Everholt. Not a big deal once again, but and keep your eyes open just in case you see another hut. I want to show you something. Ah, this one. This is the one. So, if you enter this house, you will find a little girl sleeping in a bed. The smallest of them all, as you can see. There are also some bowls with porridge, I would assume, that have been eaten as well. And some chairs by the fire, too. And as you have seen outside this house, there are 3 bears. Hostile, wood, and mature hill bears. So in case you have not figured this out, this peculiar home is an Easter egg for the story of Goldilocks and the 3 bears. Once you know where to find it, it's not that hard to find, but my first time on West Rohan, I totally missed this. Somebody else told me about it, but it's a really fun place to find on your own. But in case you need to, you can write down the coordinates on the map. It's really close to these cave entrances, as you can see. Just don't kill the bears, there's no need to kill the bears. Let us cave in this entrance. But I think we will still need to enter one of those caves. We cannot go back to Beacon Watch now. Let us ride. Let us ride because the next part of this quest line, it involves going into the caves. And as we've seen during our travels in Underharrow and Dunharrow, the orc caves in West Rohan can be quite large. I don't remember exactly how much large is this one. How much time will we need to complete it? And I don't want this episode being as long as the last one in Underharrow, so here we are back in Beacon Watch. Let us talk to Lady Answit first about the stones that we found. Or her husband. Oh, come on, let me pass. Let me also double check. Do we have anything? Tattered skins. Glittering sword sheets. Shattered daggers.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
Ah, Beriathan. These stones are perfect for skipping. I imagine that you have skipped a rock or two in your lifetime, have you not? I will put these into Kuthat's pocket sometime, and he will have a nice surprise when he finds them. Should I bind my milestone to Beacon Watch? I'm not sure if we will need to come back here again. Oh, good thing. You're feeling better now? Great execution, Beriathan. The orcs probably do not even know what happened yet, and when they do, hopefully it will be too late for them to do anything about it. Now, we must take advantage of the element of surprise. I think if you sneak into their lair, it might prove more advantageous than trying to bring an army to their doorstep. What say you?
Welcome. Stay a moment.
Yeah, completed. Quest of the Eastfold. What do we have in here? Beriathan, Hero of the Eastfold, and Confidence level 43. You have aided the people of the Western Net, yeah, 5 LOTRO points, okay. I wish I could go with you, but my wounds will only prove to be a hindrance. I do not know the Orcs' number, but you have demonstrated that you are more than equipped to handle them. Head to the south of Beacon Watch and not far from the Merin stream. You will find the main entrance to the lair. Once inside, look for the Boar-tribe chieftain and defeat him. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab the milestone just to be safe. I have the milestone in Fenmarch, but there is not much use for it. So yeah, let us grab this milestone and I'll be on my way. Just in case. And then we will go to Arzel. Dorr-shatroful. Let us go. Ah, these roots. They do get in the way, a little bit. We're almost there now. How far are we? Here we are. You have arrived at the entrance of the Boar-tribe orc lair. So let us go. You have discovered Dorr-shatroful and completed Eastfold exploration. Oh. Let me see what we have in here. While you are at the Boar-tribe lair, you should defeat as many of the orcs as possible. So, Explorer of the Eastfold, a Confidence level 44, Determination is also level 44. Great. So here we have it, Eastfold exploration. And that's it, basically. You have explored an area of the Western Net in great detail. Virtue cap reached. Confidence and determination. Let us go now with Valor. 5 LOTRO points. Okay. Any other quest? Yeah. There are several boar totems placed throughout the cave. Destroying them may lower the morale of the Boar-tribe. Oh, there was one here. I was hoping I could skip these guys, but it seems I can't. Oh. Anything else I need to be aware of in this place? Destroying the boar totems has lowered the morale of the Boar-tribe Orcs. Now, where do we need to go to find the leader? To here, I would say. There we go. Many Boar-tribe Orcs were defeated as you made your way through their cave. Awesome! Level 60 on the worsted. We have reached level cap. We can technically remove this bar now from the screen, but I want to leave that there just a little bit longer because we have many unspent points that I want to double check how to distribute. So I'm gonna leave that on the screen as a reminder of it. Now, as you have seen, we were able to reach level 60 very easily. We're not even halfway through West Rohan, but you gotta remember that we did Hidebolt. And we got about a 3 million XP by doing just Hidebolt. So, if you don't do Hidebolt, you would still need about 3.5 million XP to reach your level cap on the worsted, just in case you need to be aware of that. Hakon, the chieftain of the Maldor Orcs, has long plotted revenge against Volka's line. If not stopped, he will have his long-sought vengeance. Or is it? Where is... yeah, the Nazgûl. We'll look it over there. Seems the music is kinda glitchy. This shouldn't be sounding in here. But anyway. Whoa. Sauron grows impatient with you, Orc. Our plan is in motion. The people of Eastfold fear us. Fear is not enough. They need to be defeated. We will not fail Sauron. Okay, there he goes. and vengeance. The symbol of vengeance that has driven the Boar-tribe orcs hangs from a crudely put together totem. You should take the skull and bring it to Kutha in Beacon Watch. I think that skull was bigger on the session play. You have reclaimed the Boar of Everholt's skull. The orcs were worshipping it, driven by their hatred of Volca King and extending their ire to his descendants as well. This will be a nice decoration for the Meat Hall of Beacon Watch. So where are we? Back where we started. I knew. Would be better to just grab the milestone. Anything else worth noting in here? Maybe not.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
The Boar-tribe orcs were in Lakewood and Nazgûl. It appears that there is more to these orcs than it first seemed. We must remain vigilant, however. This threat has been quelled for now. We cannot thank you enough, Beriathan. We would not have been able to repel the orcs without you. Okay, what do we have in here? This is will, agility, vitality, power, physical mastery. Yeah, I'm gonna take that one.
Welcome. Stay a moment and speak with me.
With no small thanks to Merigit's care, I am on the road to recovery. My father wanted me to send you in to see him, but Merigit has something to tell you as well. I would suggest that you speak with her first.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
I wanted to hate you for delivering my father's sorrowful tidings, but my father should have told me himself long ago. I should ask your pardon for the way I behaved. You did not deserve that treatment. It is weird how things come to pass sometimes. If I had not come here, I would not have met Kutha. He has taken my mind from the sorrow I was feeling. Thank you for all that you have done, Beriathan. You should speak with Thank Kutha now. It would be best not to keep him waiting. Glad I was able to help. Once again. Okay. Let us grab this. Glad to see you two are getting along. My best wishes for you two as well. And now, what do you have to say about all this? Thank you, Kutha.
We must turn to the offensive.
While I feel I did what was right as Thane of Beacon Watch, I was wrong not to view the Boar-tribe as a genuine threat. Your efforts saved the Beacon Watch. If not for you, I may not have had a watch to oversee any longer. You have my sincerest apology for how I treated you. It appears that your services here are no longer needed. Others may need your talent elsewhere. Agility, vitality, fate. Physical mastery. Agility, vitality. I think I'm gonna go with this one too.
This road leads to death. We should return to Edoras.
I know that you have already been to Aldburg and assisted them there, but I think you should return to Arcel and let him know of your victory here today. I am certain that he would be pleased to learn that the Boar-tribe orcs no longer pose a threat. As you see here, this is the moment in which you need to go back to Aldburg for the landscape quest, so I would advise you go do the epic at this point. The one that we did at the beginning of today's episode. So that way you get a free port to Aldburg, especially useful if you are not a warden or a hunter, or want to save some coin on the swift travel, in any case. Not too big, as I told you before, but yeah. Now, okay, we have this pocket item. Gonna be using this one instead. So let us go. Equip that one. Perfect. Let us master in Aldburg too. And now we can talk to Arzul for the epic. Just want to grab a last screenshot of the meat hall here in Aldburg. An amazing view. But yeah, we can now talk to Arzul for the epic. We're gonna finish both quest line now. And this will also unlock the road to Down Harrow, if I remember things right.
There are so many things that need to be done.
Beriathan, it is good to see you again. The Boar-tribe orcs have been defeated, you say? You are modest, but I doubt not that you had a hand in their defeat. There may be some stragglers still about, but with their chieftain defeated, they will not prove much of a threat. You have done so much for us in a time when we needed it most. I am certain though that others might need your help more than we do now. Agility, vitality, finesse, critical rating. Let us take this.
There is no shortage of things that need doing in the Eastfold.
You should continue your journey, Beriathan. I have received word that Gandalf the Grey came searching for you and wishes to speak with you at Edoras. I hope your path cross there, Beriathan. Now that we have completed all the quests in the Eastfold, we also got one trade point. Very nice.
I cannot thank you and your friends enough.
Wilmot and Thorwolf just left the hall and they spoke at length of your actions on their behalf, Beriathan. They and I cannot thank your friends enough. Okay. Rank up deliver agility. Morale block rating, okay.
You return now to Edoras. Go, with my good wishes.
I cannot thank you enough for all you have done. You have aided Aldburg and its people in ways I wasn't able to do myself, but I should not be surprised at your ability. After all, Éomer did send you to assist me. Éomer possesses wisdom far beyond his years, and he uses it not just on the field of battle but in time of peace as well. There have been fewer of those in recent memory, alas. You return now to Edoras? Go with my good wishes, and may you help the folk there as you help the people of Aldburg. How many trade points do we have now? 9. We just need one more trade point to be able to unlock some extra ranks here on the blue tree. That's what I was waiting for. And also our worsted points. Let us reforge this really quick. Okay, let us continue now. Now we need to find Gandalf in Edoras. The question now though is the Westamnet scouts. Did I take this quest from Arzul instead of the Westamnet Scout? Or... No. No, because that quest for the Broadacres was level 91, and this one is level 89. So yeah, that was not it. The Scout should be here. I hope. I hope I'm right. Is he not? This is kinda confusing. But yeah, he wasn't here, so yes, it seems... yeah, it seems I can no longer take that quest.
Do not know if we will survive
Let
this.
us go back to Aldburg and from Aldburg to Edoras. Was worth checking in any case, right? Chest, a thorn chest. Let us skip
These
that
are
for a moment.
desperate times for the
Yeah, we're gonna take the ride to Edoras. We're about to hit level 92. So, what comes next? We have Gandalf. Well met again, Beriathan. I have heard of trouble in the Broadacres, but I must continue my search for Erkenbrand, Grimbold, and Elfhelm, where I can find no trace of them since the forts. Will you go to the Broadacres in my stead, and lend what aid you can? Search for Hulak in the town of Stoke. That will be a good start. Yeah, we missed the Westernnet scout, but he was gonna send us back to Gandalf anyway, so not a big deal. Here we have Horn for the epic.
Speak with me when you are ready.
We have come once again to Edoras, this time in the company of both Corudan and Nona. Are you ready to walk through the streets and speak once more to Éowyn? Let me know if you are prepared. Allies of Wormtongue could be anywhere, and we must remain alert. Okay, so yeah, let us go.
Let us remain alert. Allies of Wormtongue could be anywhere.
Do not think that we cleansed the city of them when last we were here.
We have returned to Edoras, and should see how Éowyn fares with her duties.
Okay. Here we are. Good to see you again, all of you, once again. Let us continue now. This way, Beriathan. We will find the Lady Éowyn and see how her efforts have progressed while we saw to the will of her brother in Aldburg. This way, everyone. There she is, I told you. Greetings, children. How fares the city? Why should we tell you anything? You have done nothing to cause you insult. What would your father say to this discourtesy? How should we know? They are all gone. Because of Dunlendings, like her. Nona's hands are clenched, and her eyes are ablaze. Step aside, Beriathan. I will not listen to these children speak ill of my people. You need to learn something, weak-legged fools. Get out of here, Dunlending witch. You know nothing of my land. We know enough. Your people want to kill us all. How many Dunlendings have you slain, small one? What? How about you? How many Dunlendings have you killed? None, but I am not yet of age. I have slain more than 24 Dunlendings. They were allies of those who killed my brother, servants of Saruman. Have you nothing now to say? It's not. Can you teach us how to fight? Please, teach us swordplay. Ha! I did not expect this turn, Beriathan. It seems our Nona has an effect even on the children of Rohan. If Horn is not cautious, he may find she has little time for him, so busy will she be instructing these children in swordplay. You should go on ahead, my friend, and find Éowyn outside Meduseld. It may take us some time to get there. Oh my god, yeah, you are totally right, Corudan. This is not a heartwarming sight, Nona and the children? I think it is. But yeah, we do need to get back to Meduseld, talk to Éowyn, and hopefully get the last trade point we need for a new rank in the blue trade line in determination. It's not gonna give us any bonuses other than a few cool traits. Here we are. Éowyn listens to your report of your visits to Underharrow and Aldburg, but you can tell from her guarded expression that something troubles her. I fear we did not root out all of Grima's allies when last you were in Edoras, Beriathan. I believe someone interferes with my efforts to empty the city. Someone cut holes in the sacks of grain we set by, and damaged the wheels of one wagon I did not think needed guarding. Kelflad saw a suspicious figure flee the city to the north. Speak to her, and see if she can provide you with a description of this man. If we do not know his appearance, we will not be able to prevent him from doing more damage, should he return. Find her outside her home to the northeast. I will help you with anything I can, Beriathan, if it will help the Lady Éowyn catch this man. Ask me what you will, and I will tell you what I remember of the man I saw. My husband has gone to war with the Odin King, and now I must wait for his return. We have been told we cannot wait here at our homes, but must go to Dunharrow. So what did you see? This morning, shortly before sunup, I walked through the lanes of the city. I wanted to impress upon my memory every detail of this, my home. It was a sad walk down the gates. Just inside the gates, a wagon was waiting for supplies to be loaded. Standing next to it, in the shadows, I saw a man. He crouched by the wagon, and I saw that his boots were caked with moth. He wore yellow or brown leather with a strap over one shoulder. I saw the glint of sun and chain in the early morning light. Was his hair distinctive? I cannot really remember the style in which he wore his hair, but its color was light in the dawn. I am put in mind that it could have had an amber hue, but I cannot say for certain. His hair was rather shaggy, but he was crouched by the wagon and it might have fallen free from a binding with the effort he exerted. Are you certain about his hair? I will not swear to it, I cannot be certain. Yes, I am fairly certain about the dress. Actually, now that I think on it, I believe he may have worn a red brooch around his neck. The setting was gold or very polished bronze, but the gem in the middle glowed red in the light of dawn. Éowyn listens to the description you obtained from Kelflad and nods excitedly. Very good, Beriathan, but we need confirmation and may now be able to obtain it. Another citizen of Edoras is claiming to have seen this man. Follow the road to the north and speak to Aldburg. If her description matches that of Kelflad, we should be able to trust their memory of this man. Oh yeah, this little detective work is very fun to do. So here we have Aldburg. I have lived in Edoras all my life, baking bread for the king's board. Now we must go to Dunharrow until he returns from the war. I do not know if this city will remain when we return, if we do return. So what did you see? I wake early on most mornings, and this day I had difficulty sleeping. When I went to the storehouse to count the sacks of grain I need to bring to Down Harrow, I saw that the sacks were split and the grain spilled across the floor. I despaired at the sight, and then spied a man fleeing down the road. What was he wearing? He ran with great haste, and I did not get a good look at him. I think he wore black leather over chainmail, but the mail was mostly covered. I caught only a few flashes of silver. It was very dark. You're certain about his dress? Well, perhaps not. It was very dark. I think perhaps the leather he wore was not as dark as I thought at first. Perhaps it was more brown than black. The sun was not yet up when I saw him, and it was dark in the lane. His hair was long and blonde. His appearance was very much that of a man of Rohan. It will make him more difficult to find, I expect. Did he have a beard? Yes, a blonde one. Did I not mention it? Okay. Was he holding anything? He had an axe in his hand. It must be what he used to tear open my sacks of grain, the villain. Anything else? There was one more thing. He wore a brooch at his neck, fastened with a clasp. I saw the gemstone in the center glinting as he ran. It put in my mind of a blood red-eyed. Aldburg's recollection of the man she saw is very similar to that of Helflat, the Blood Eye. And you might remember that we found some mentions of a Blood Eye in Grimma's chambers, so we are on the right track. Born listens to your account and nods. There are many men with blonde hair and beards in Rohan Beriathan, but this brooch sounds distinctive. A red gemstone in the shape of an eye is not a common adornment among my people. This is how we will find this treacherous snake, and keep him from doing further hurt to Éowyn or her people. Let us go to Éowyn together and tell her what we have learned of this man.
A picture begins to form.
The writings you recovered from Grimma's chambers spoke in vague and shrouded terms, in order to keep the identities of his allies a secret. But we have found some few of them already. Rebecca, Leofin, and Forter have been defeated or imprisoned for their part in Grimma's schemes. But it seems there was a fourth conspirator. It seems he used several names, among them Etnath and Goding. There may have been more that we know not. But now we have a common thread, Beriathan. Our mysterious foe seems overly fond of a blood-red brooch, and it is by his jewelry you will know him. We cannot risk his return. Only by tracking this secret enemy can we ensure he does not return to cause deadlier mischief.
Our mysterious foe seems to have fled Edoras to the north.
How prepared Éowyn and her journey and her people to the journey to Down Harrow? Doesn't seem like that. Our mysterious foe seems to have fled Edoras to the north, Beriathan. There are a few settlements in that direction, but my guess is that he is making his way through Stoke in the Broadacres. You and your companions travel with haste to Stoke, there to see if you can apprehend this ally of Grim, Wormtongue, before he can wreak further mischief. Riff Frithhild rules from Stoke, and she has been an inspiration to me since I was very young. Her strength is second to no man, and she has earned the respect of all who dwell in her riding. Still, this is not the sort of danger for which she is best suited. She faces enemies that attack over the fields and engage in open battle, not snakes in the grass that strike from hiding. Bring news of this secret foe to her, and warn her that he may lurk within Stoke. I do not know what evil webs he might yet spin.
Reeve Frithhild has always been an inspiration for me.
So yeah, we need to advance the epic a little bit more before we are able to make the evacuation to Down Harrow. So for the time being, that trade point is still eluding us, but not for long. So what we're gonna do now, we need to travel to the Broadacres, and I think the fastest way of doing this is going back to Middlemead, and that will give us an easy way to the Broadacres. Middlemead, which is technically destroyed, so we shouldn't be able to be doing this, but I'm glad the game still allows us to do so. So I'm just gonna take the ride to Middlemead so we can save some time on the next episode.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
Middlemead, here we go. Okay, we have arrived at our destination. Oh well, the town is destroyed. Cool. So at least the facing works here. You can see all the buildings burned, but thankfully we can still take a ride to this place. Cool, awesome. So everything works out in the end. This will be the end of today's episode. Join me next time as we will enter the Broadacres. For the time being, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.